Every attempt to control it has ended in cataclysm. We must pursue her to the plains of Vastyria. We should find the Marikath caravan. Only they can lead us through that harsh and unforgiving land.
It looks like we dropped some frames there, which I don't know why, but...
Well, my lady, we have arrived. The Vastyria waits. Good luck to you.
This outpost seems to be part of a trade route, so we should be able to find a Marikath caravan. They are an honorable people, and I have no doubt they will assist us.
Oh. Hey, Cosmic, thanks for the follow.
The Marikath have a cultural history deeper than most know. Theirs is a strict tradition, bordering on brutal. But it is that adherence to shared beliefs that has kept them strong when entire empires have come and gone around them.
I'm really, like, I'm now afraid of clicking next or continue because I've skipped through so many bits of dialogue because it seems to be a little weird about the timing. Or I may be a little weird about the timing.
Thank you.
But yeah. Also, you have to wait 10 minutes before talking, so I apologize for that. But it's also just a good way to wait first. Oh.
The weary traveler grows close to the end of the path. The bread bowl of the world, the verdant land of 7 waters, awaits! Be sure to have your toll ready at the gates. Cloth, gems, metalwares, and coin are all accepted.
I'm not sure if this was supposed to already be in or if it just didn't load right, but that's still amusing.
So, the Marikath. Strong-minded women aplenty. I approve.
That's the quest cover. Let's take a look around. We got our stash. We got our waypoint. Got lots of tents. Okay, and then we have, like, it seems like map, so we'll run back and talk to the... Oh, you teleported over here.
Quickly.
Okay, you got nothing new. Zarka.
You are seeking passage on our caravan? We cannot travel anywhere at the moment.
Are you deaf?
Hyenic
Holy
raiders
Jesus.
are harassing the trade route ahead. For the time being, we are stuck here.
Sounds like you need murder.
What I can do.
I can do murder. Before I get too far. Ah, they have bugs. Oh no, they have gnolls. Brain. Why is it always crabs? Why do the crabs never look like crabs? Casual cultists. They're coming out the walls, man! From this small thing, I'll make this thing. From this small thing, I'll make a whole body. It makes sense if you don't think about it. We must protect the Kiwi at all costs. Contagion is such a good skill. Honestly, like okay. I think that was just hitting me with like a barrage or something. Oh, your skill point. Gain 6% physical damage as extra chaos damage. Gain 6% physical damage. Extra chaos. So every boost I have to hit physical damage, when it all totals up, 6% of that becomes chaos damage, if I'm reading that right. I mean, I'm taking it because extra chaos damage feels nice. But I also feel like... Oh, that's a dexterity node. Can't reassign the nodes. I need more dexterity because there's a number of skill gems that need dexterity and they seem really good. Those... Yeah, I've been slowly working my way out of the map there, but... I do know there's no way of getting more spirit. This is kind of like a minion tree, which isn't a bad thing. Maybe I'll come back and like fill in these nodes for more health and stuff. Gain 2%, gain 2%, but well, maybe only take one of those for now, and then another node, and then this. So that's Jesus. 1, 2, 3. That's at least 3 levels before I get some more dexterity like I want. That's not a chest. That's a barrel.
Suffer and
Oh.
die.
Refresh my skitters. And light flask, okay. It's not much, but we have enough orbs to turn it into something. Casual checkpoint. Spread the lurgy.
Up there, the leader of the pack.
Oh, well, I guess we're already... The bombs don't reach. That's funny. Ah, that'd be cool. Ow. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, I can't target them. That seems problematic. Oh. Oh no. My biggest weakness, he's not summoning ads. Oh, well, yeah, just, you know, roll. Oh, he summoned ads. Just in time for me to die. Yeah, that's not good. Bravely run away. Oh man, the boss is smart. He stayed up on the hill. Oh no, there we go. Now he's down here like the rest of us. Oh no, he ran back up the hill. Okay. That's kind of problematic because my guys don't. There we go. Oh, and he healed all the way too. Yep, fair enough. Annoying, but makes sense. Weird. Dropping frames too. Well, it says encoding error. Stun, you brat. He's done, get him. Die.
Ambush.
I mean, fair, but really? There we go.
So many corpses, so little time. Die! I think not.
Volatile dead. Consume a corpse to create a fireball that seeks out, but that would require having corpses. Random Greater. Well, I'm on Greater, so. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go back to town, sell some stuff. Oh, yep, sorry. Do the thing, press the stuff. Alright. I apologize, I was trying not to die. Don't want to talk to you yet. You're still here. Good. Well, throwing stuff out of my pocket, that's normal. Which one of these does what I think it should? Alright, anyway. My streaming schedule is I normally stream on Wednesdays and Sundays from 7 to 9 Arizona time. And 64% increased life recovered, 20% enchant, remove 15% life. Wait, remove 15% of life recovered from mana when used. I think that's fine. Big old question mark. Alright. Anyway, I don't think we currently have someone to sell to, so we're just gonna drop all this into our stash for now so we can go back and get the other stuff and then continue doing the map clear. I mean, I'm fine with backseating because like there's tons of systems in this game, and I'm sure I'll get it wrong. Oh, hey. Probably would have been helpful to refill at town, but oh well.
Future high.
So one of the things that I really appreciate so far with this game is that, like, even doing the campaign, but also just clearing maps, have big boy bosses and events that drop items that permanently buff your character, but also that the fights are fun. Like the Crow Bell boss dropped weapon set points, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't fully understand and haven't had time to like read about, but you see, you thought you were ambushing me with a minion wave, but little did you know you were just giving me a minion wave. Yeah, I feel like I have an understanding of most of the systems that have been introduced, but there are some things like weapon sets, the weapon set skill points I don't fully understand at the moment. I'm not sure if I'm a new player with only 3K. Yeah. That being said, in PoE1, like I feel like for some people, some of the like really, I don't want to say addicted because that sounds mean, but like heavy players are like 3K hours, you've barely scratched the surface of the mechanics. Which sounds cool in theory, but like to me in practice, it's like, oh, that sounds awful. Like it took you 3,000 hours and you don't know everything. Maybe not everything, but Pay attention. Fire indeed hot. Anyway. So to kind of give an example of what I'm talking about for the tree, right? I have okay, come on now. I have 4 points over here in the skill set, or in the weapon set. Now I know they said that you could treat these basically like brand new, or if you don't want to deal with weapon sets specifically, because there are certain there's certain people who, for example, I think it's the sorcerers, who are going to build out into where is the nodes? Somewhere like over here, and like branch out, and one weapon set will be all this fire stuff, and one weapon set will be all this lightning stuff. And essentially what they're going to do from there is one weapon is for lightning, one weapon is for fire, one weapon is for lightning, so you split them off, and you should automatically switch to the weapon that helps you the most in that given moment for a skill. So like if you cast a fire skill, if you cast a lightning skill, I understand how that works. What I don't understand is, do you need to start using them at a branching point? So, for example, if I try to use the weapon skills here and like quote unquote branch into here and move out, I've had problems where like literally like right now, I can't assign skills to these, and I'm not entirely sure why. Because weapon set point to allow a single scope instead of allocating to instead be allocated to different passive skills. Weapon set points cannot allocate jewel slots or keystone passive skills. Okay, you can allocate skill points towards a shapeshift weapon set if you have a shapeshift skill. You can only assign a weapon skill point when you have a passive skill point available to assign. Oh, so like I would have to have 4 unspent skill points here to allocate the 4 that I have here, and then that lets you kind of like branch out as needed. You can sense at 1 point. Okay, all right. Still cool. I feel like that's not maybe super well explained. All right, thank you. That makes sense. It is really cool though. So like, if you want to be like, I don't know, fire, lightning, very very frightening me, you can do that. You just need to have your weapon sets set up for that. So I fought the wolf boy, and one of my friends at work was talking about how it took him like 27 tries to beat him, but he's playing a monk. So there's definitely some differences in gameplay style in general between the witch and the monk. Shocker. But like I could definitely see him being a difficult boss for melee. I died once to him, but like overall I didn't find him super difficult. Like his attack pattern seemed understandable. I think a really big difference is that like he spawns ads, and like if you give me ads, then you're giving me a wave of my own. Yoink. Yeah, I don't know either. It's like, I don't know if he just doesn't know about the dodge roll. He's also... I give him a lot of guff about this, but we played Tribes of Midgard, and for the first, like, 3 sessions we played, he didn't realize that leveling up was a mechanic in that game. So, like, it's one of those things where I don't know if he just doesn't know about the dodge roll. Anyway... He's really good at games though. Like for Deadlock, he's close to Eternus, which is like challenger level in League.
Defeated the raiders?
So like it's not that he's bad at games.
Fate sends us a fortuitous stranger. Welcome to the Adura Akara.
Adura Akara.
You may travel with us in exchange for your service as a Jingak, and you will have nearly the respect of one of our own for as long as you stay.
Nearly the respect of one of our own. Cool. Yoink. Oh, okay, so you're gonna be my friend. Or that friend specifically.
How can I advise you? Go.
Alright, let's see. That's oh yeah, that keystone, I remember them talking about it. It like turns all of your mana into energy shield, right? Or something like that. Or no. Like you take damage, you go to 1 HP, but you increase your mana pool significantly or something. Disenchant. We're gonna. I don't want to get rid of this because we can slap it. All damage is taken. Yeah. Yeah. Do that. Sell the. Yeah, you're basically Una. Okay, or Una. There you go. Grab this stuff out of the stash too. Crossbows are so large. Ah! Come on now. You know this fits. Wait, no. Disenchant first. Yeah, no quality. Cool. Not that situation again. There we go. Let's take a look at the skill gems here. So, level 5 gives us some interesting options. I keep looking at Bone Storm, and I want to like Bone Storm, but
hold down the button.
It's the holding down the button thing that kind of
mass of bone spikes above you. Upon release, these projectiles deal physical damage and increase the damage those enemies take from attacks. If you have power.
Yeah.
Hold down the
Another thing is I don't have power charges, so I'm not entirely sure how to get them. I'm assuming there's somewhere on the skill tree that gets them because I know that they're a whole thing for like monks, or at least that's what my friend was talking about. His whole thing is like getting charges, and there's like power, skill, and something else, different kinds of charges you can get. Yeah, I think we're gonna take Pain Offering because even though in my head I don't like getting rid of one of my meat shields, I do understand that like get rid of one guy that comes back. Getting rid of one guy to grant everyone else 30% attack and cast speed and more damage is just like really good. All right, anyway, skill menu. We're not using the frost mages most because I don't have much to do with that. Elemental army have 30% to elemental resistances, seems pretty good. Not interrupted by damage for 2 seconds. It is not interrupted by damage for 2 seconds when stunned while using support skills. I think we're going to take the elemental army. Alright. With that, we're going to go back to the stash, go back to the first thing here. Oh yeah, I finally got a unique, and it's unique I can't currently wear, and I'm kind of iffy on if this goes on the witch at all. I don't think it does because I'm not doing freeze. But it is kind of cool that a very, in my mind, martial boss drops something that can apply to like a sorcerer build or anyone who's doing frost damage plus melee builds, because like I could see melee doing cold damage too, especially because the a big selling point of this game is like. Oh, I have a couple of support gems. I need to remember that. Anyway. To the caravan. Hold shift and click a stack to unstack them. You're a stack.
A roving village. How clever.
Okay. She's being sarcastic, and also someone had to write that. But it's it is clever. Let me gush about how clever it is, okay? Very, very, very few uniques which are boss specific on this game. Anything can drop from anyone. Okay.
The beast is on the move, twisting the desert as it goes.
But given that he was so frost coated, I feel like it's like that's a unique coded to him, right?
Here as part of some nefarious plan. I assume she has allies here. We must track them down and convince them to give up this madness.
Sun Clan hyenas.
Those creatures are too coherent and intelligent to be manifestations of corruption. I suspect that they are the descendants of divine tampering. There was a being I once knew in the ancient days, a trickster who would have appreciated someone to laugh at his ill-conceived humor. What more perfect audience for a sickening jester than a pack of gibbering hyenas?
Okay, fair enough. I feel like he's referencing something from PoE1 there, but slurp. Let's go to stash box, grab that. Bonk. Okay, so I am going to get it eventually, but because it is a purchase, I'm technically a purchase. I'm fully okay with as much information as anyone has on it. But when it comes to stash tabs, like the buy ones for currency and things like that, is it just a unique tab where it automatically puts currencies, or does it sort it for you? Like, is there a big benefit to it other than just like something that looks like this? Because right now, and I understand right now is different than when you have 200 hours in this game. Like, this system is sort of working. And then there were a couple other tabs that I'm not sure about, or I don't remember at the moment. There was like currency and another one specifically that I have in a chat. Oh, essence. Oh, and premium tabs too, I guess. So yeah. Anyway.
Who goes there? By the sound of your voice, you cannot be Marraketh. It is always intriguing to meet foreign warriors and learn their ways of war. I only hope I have weapons and armor that might be useful to you. I am Shambren.
Blind salesperson with, I don't remember what this condition is called. The differencing of skill, like the different melatonin levels of skin.
Zarka holds all the wisdom and knowledge of the Adura, and the stories of many other Akaras as well. Our traditions help us survive as these lands turn to dust over generations, and in many ways.
I apologize for the bag rustling,
through her words.
but you know, people gotta eat.
Especially now the gods have returned to Rayclast. We know that our beliefs have power. Perhaps we can bring back those verdant forests and gleaming rivers, if only we have enough faith in a leader strong enough to make it real.
Alright. Let's see. Currency of title searches currency items and has an additional 12 slots for random stuff. Will automatically deposit currency to that tab regardless of which tab you're currently on. enjoy the word. That's all good. Currency to the tab, regardless of which stash tab you're currently on, or have open with the control left click centralized section for crafting gear. It's very worth okay. So currency tab is definitely worth it. So
Does the scorpion sting carry less poison at night? In the hopes of taking on fighting duty again, I am still practicing the art of the sword. Red-eyed Nasima, she of the second sight, proved that there is more to combat than mere vision. However, there is still honor in serving the role of tradesmith and weapon master. I served as a Tekara for as long as I was able, and I intend to fulfill this duty with just as much dedication. Sans guides you.
I'm just gonna do
Browse
that.
as long as you like.
Oh, they're just quarterstaffs. Okay, but they're still cool looking. Great clubs. That's nice.
Blessings.
Anyway, except for essences. Quickly checks notes. What is an essence / do I have them yet?
Speak up. She was a fierce warrior before she was blinded in battle. Focused, determined. Losing her sight has not changed that. I have no doubt that she will become skilled enough at blind fighting to rejoin the ranks someday. Indeed, blind Dekara were once instrumental in decimating an eternal legion during a sandstorm ambush. So it is not without precedent.
Alright, let's go back here. That should be adequate for real. Upgrade a normal. Okay. With one cast. Wait. Spells are skills that use raw magic. Spells of their own. Okay, I remember getting this and then being confused what a caster modifier was. Alright. Spells are skills that use raw to destroy. So caster just links to spells. 2 rare kind up to 6, 3 pre and 3 suffix. Okay.
Young one. This is the tale as it was told to me by our Akara's tale woman before me, and is told to her by the tale woman before her. These words have remained unchanged since the beginning. Many thousands of years ago, we were a simple people, hunters, roamers. We moved valley to valley in search of meat and berries. There was none of the discipline we know today, but that was about to change. These fair plains became barren and lightless. A time those generations called the winter of the world. 1,000 years of ice brought hardship and suffering, but that was only the beginning. To the south, the foreign tyrant An fell, and horrible creatures flooded forth under this darkness, seemingly born of bone and blood and foul magic. Survival meant banding together and creating the strict traditions that eventually became what we know today. To fight was to live. Disorder meant death. In the darkest depths of that era, when hope was but a memory, the twin sister Sekimas, Solarai and Landara, arose to unite our scattered peoples for the first time. They wielded the essence of gold and silver, gleaming with such ferocity that the gray skies had no choice but to give way. The creatures retreated under the sands, never to be seen again, and our fair plains blazed with emerald forests and sapphire rivers. This brought about the most glorious age of our people, a time of conquest, wealth, great heroes, and gods that lasted for another 1,000 years.
Increased
But then,
damage. Oh, okay.
one fell winter, the gods vanished. Our beloved Garu Khan was the last to succumb, holding on for 2 moons against a powerful innovation. She gave what final orders she could, mandated our traditions be upheld, and then went silent. The Maraketh were not disturbed. We did not lose hope. We knew who we were, and those values had not left us with the departure of the gods. When the sky burned, when the Vaal fell, when the Eternals came and sought to be our masters, and then fell as well, we endured. We have protected these fair plains for 304 generations, and we will continue to do so for another 304. That is our duty and our birthright.
Holy crap, that was a lot for one thing. So basically, for example, I have whatever is giving me this 42% increased chaos damage. That would be a caster mod because the chaos damage is probably tied specifically to casting stuff. But opposed to, like, say this ring that says add 1 to 4 physical damage to attacks, that is not a caster mod. That's going to be like a normal mod or whatever. But it might change depending on what mod it is, because some things have a caster tag and some don't.
I have a very long official title, but you may simply address me as Zaka. The young ones will harp on and on about our strict traditions, but I'm old enough to get away with it. So I do.
Ah, okay.
My role is that of a keeper of tales. I was chosen by my predecessor, rather than being allowed to become a Dekara or perform other duties. I'm not permitted near combat, for the stories I keep are one of our most valuable resources. We understand the plains of Vastiri through the lens of these words handed down to us over the centuries. We see what used to lie where sand dwells now, and hear the bold proclamations and lamentations of yesteryear. That is my role, to be the worldly eyes and ears of the Ahadura.
Okay. So either they haven't released a system to show the tags to everybody, or they're keeping it secret for right now because that's part of the fun of figuring out what tags are what.
Nasima, yes, Nasima. A great warrior, though with a complicated legacy. Born with eyes the color of blood, she was left to die among the dunes for being blind. But the Ferredin found her and raised her. A Balbalik, one might think, but no. She became an impressive warrior in her own right. And when called upon to raid her people, she recognized her mother's voice and turned and slaughtered her Ferredin captors. A true role model from the ancient days and a wonderful sleep tale for the children.
Wait a minute.
Stay in sight.
So her mom / dad or whatever left her in the desert to die. Then the Ferredunes came, raised the child as their own. Because it didn't sound like they made a slave of her, just like they adopted her. And then when they took her out on a raid, she was like, JK, turn around and killed the people who raised her. Woof.
I am Asala, the Sekima of the Ardura. I care not where you came from, nor what caste you might have been there. All that matters is that you have shown yourself capable in battle, Jingak. Remain a friend to the Ardura, and you shall have nothing but respect from us.
Yeah, I was bad about it in the last area where I did not pay attention to. Oh,
This whole operation would be more efficient if they were dead.
shit. Killed him, and they. Well, I'm glad I'm up here, not down there. But also, given that I summon friends, she is kind of right. We can make this more efficient.
So, the beast has entered the world once more. We were following a trail of corruption before we were waylaid, and now we shall resume the hunt. We Marrakech are honored bound to seek and contain corruption wherever it may be found. It seems the sacred duty falls on us once more. The trail connects to 2 locations, but we don't know where the beast currently resides. I am willing to begin wherever you and your shade thinks is wisest.
Okay. Oh my god, there's more. Which is fine. I like the lore. I'm liking the lore so far, but it's like, so much. Okay, so I'm kind of piecing this together. In the first PoE, there was the beast. And I don't think you ever see the beast in its entirety. It's like a super neutral element that's like basically made to mess things up when things get too structured. I'm assuming they killed the beast, or quelled it, or hit it, or something. Because there's maps where you're like fighting inside of it. But the seed... Oh, you definitely see the beast? Okay. I just remember seeing like a lore stream that was like... a lore stream that's just like, you never fight it directly. But I remember it's huge. So I'm assuming that you kill it in some way. Oh, cool. That's a way to describe it. Alright. So that makes a little bit of sense. So you do kill it. There's a seed that's basically the beast reborn, and we're trying to grab and stop that from happening, which we totally won't, because that seems like a really cool thing.
Foreigners often misunderstand the concept of the Sekima. I am no dictator, and do not make some pathetic claim of divine right. Emperors are for nations filled with the weak-minded and soft, as history has proven every time an empire falls and we endure. I am Sekima, because others have put their faith in me as the strongest and most capable among us. I lead because there is no better replacement. It is a role I deserve, by definition. Corruption has returned to the Vestiri. Before this season, the Hyanic warriors you fought would never have dared raid a caravan. The dead have begun to rise again, and other creatures of the desert have started changing. By Zarka's accounts, the land is returning to the way it was before. These are ill times. After the Beast of Highgate was slain, all other Akaras vowed to pursue and eradicate corruption should it ever return. Never again will a sole Akara suffer the weight of history.
That's kind of interesting, because like they're saying that corruption is totally bad and they're going to go and fight it wherever it goes. But the hooded one is like, nah, corruption serves a purpose.
This Oriana would find no allies among our Akaras. We are no strangers to the eternal war against corruption. If she has allies in this region, they cannot be of the Marrakech. Move swiftly.
Okay, and the desert map's how we're going to get around. But with all this new lore, I wonder if... Hood, bro. Dig the hoodie.
What
Yeah.
have you learned? Yes, I have seen the slaves pulling carts. I am uncomfortable with the practice, but from what I understand, it allows those captured in battle to serve rather than simply being executed. There are not enough resources to keep prisoners who do not work. In this harsh land, it is perhaps the lesser of two evils. That is what I tell myself, at least. Asala has agreed to aid us, exactly as I expected. The beast represents an existential threat to all the peoples of Rayclast. But even beyond that, she seems to be quite driven.
Oh, the Swiss and screw.
Reminds me of an
Yeah.
rambunctious young woman I once knew in Keth, who eventually rose to power, attained divinity, and led her people to greatness.
Jesus, you're old.
Go.
Literally, well, I don't know about corruption, but the bit about IDing items, I was literally just talking about how, like, I'm really cheap and I have a portal back to town. So, like, I'm always going to stop and jump back because I don't want to spend money on... okay, we got him. I don't want to spend... I don't want to spend money, quote unquote. I don't want to spend the resource of wisdom scrolls because he can do it for free. Trail of corruption. What level am I? Whatever, we're going this way. Their intent is for me not to... Oh, they're level 20, I'm level 18. Time to get some levels, boys! Yeah. I do it basically whenever they say... When the character says, I'm not picking up another item. Like, fair enough.
Why have we stopped?
The Halani gates are closed for the first time in 1,000 years. This can only be related to the beast. We should investigate the Feridan's camp in the halls of Modon and demand answers. Fight to the last.
Use their map. Well, I'm glad I clicked to go here. That would suck, though, being forced to, like, cart things around while having to make a prayer gesture in your hands. Like, that's the gates. Wait. Oh. This is an interesting take on the... From the first map, too, because, like, this is your roaming caravan, which means you can go to disconnected points on the map. Big city. This caravan.
Seems the Faridan have been up to no good in the hills of Morden.
Oh, hey, remember how I got a whole new skill and then didn't put on my bar? T is an awkward place, though. I know. I've been trying to think of, like, which one, what key I want to remind it to. I'm thinking C, because all C does is open the character menu. Or it's the hotkey to open the character menu. Hold down control. Oh, jeez, you can have more skills. Okay. Is shift ever used for anything? Because I might change that to shift if I can. I can always look, but just if you happen to know. You don't get to throw bombs. I throw bombs around here. Oh. Well, that's less important because I'm not, yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so maybe I'll bind that to Oh. Okay, be cool. You're not being cool. You're not being cool. Also, you hurt. Leave me alone. Oh, you take my mana too? I just realized that negative portion of what you do. Ow, 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 ow. Alright, I don't like this new thing. The blue circle of pain. I don't like it.
Death is my power to wield.
Oh yeah, because you have... if it's draining your... Yeah, that's right, because if it's draining your mana, that means it's also draining, essentially, your life. Improve the quality of armor. Okay. And that's for weapons. Ow. Oh! So maybe I was, potentially, and I'm just spitballing here, supposed to look out for bombs on the ground. Whoops. I might have been looking over and laughing, and like, internally laughing at the sadness of the blue donut. But yet, I was having a hard time in the manor because, like, everything dies and leaves a puddle of blood, and that blood stuff hurt a lot. Iron Rune. Oh. Turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. That's interesting. Just shows you those bindings are. Wait. Don't need a combination to activate, by the way. You can bind it to a key and press it. Oh. So, like, for example, if I wanted to, I could make a whole new skill bar on ZBN. I don't have to do it as a combination, or... Interesting. Also, and I don't know if it's just like this area, but now it's giving me a lot of like quality items, like to increase the quality of my gear. So is that something I should... Is it something I should consider, or is it like better to like hold off on increasing the quality of your stuff? Generally, the one thing about the PoE that I have a hard time with is it's giving you items and currency, but don't bind it to head. Slightly psychotic. They give you so many items, and like they're useful, but I don't know like how useful and how prevalent they are. So like, for example, I have tons of the magic, make a magic item kind of items, right? And oh, I'm really low on health again. This is what happens when I start talking. If everything could stop exploding for 5 seconds. Nope. Okay, we're just gonna keep exploding then. Anyway. Okay. Identify a base type which is most beneficial. Okay.
Greetings.
What do we got going on here? have enough stuff to make this. Armor is reducing physical. Energy shield is just what takes... Energy shield just takes damage before that. But bleeding and poison bypass it. Reduce physical damage. So armor, evasion, energy shield. Yeah, I've noticed that. That is a socket. 20% increased physical damage. 20% increased armor, evasion, and okay, that's a lot. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Bonk and bonk.
I hear you.
No, not you.
Speak up.
Where'd they put my... No, my stash is up here. That's less convenient. My stash is not up here. My stash is in the corner. Put it away. Green thing. Pot. Pop.
Careful story.
I already did that bit. There we go. I don't know why I can just... Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. 7 level 22. Well, bully for you. Malice. It's an aura. Constantly critical weakness in your presence. Critical weakness does a thing. Alt pen. You. Critical weakness causes hits against affected targets to have more crit chance. Okay. Using an essence, for example, that guarantees a life mod for +% extra max life. Hope it rolls high. Alteration it for an additional mod. Regal it to rare. Exalt for some extra mod in quality. Okay, so you don't really want to start putting quality on an item that you're like... Fair enough. Okay. So I just put... But I have... But this puts it on a martial weapon, which is not going to be... Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Quality of armor. Oh, anyway. Slurp. And then I remember in endgame there's like one more step to like finish off armor once you're like, alright, or basically any item where you're like, alright, it's perfect, it's exactly where I want it, time to... Oh, a checkpoint, you say. I love checkpoints. A checkpoint for a trunk. Okay, honestly, a little anticlimactic. I thought something else was going to happen. But that means I kind of want to run Val Orbs too. Yeah, and doesn't that, like, lock the item after that? You're like, you can't mess with it anymore. But it could also, like, remove a mod or give you a negative. And then there's eventually... Wait, I'm trying to remember. So Val Orbs, are those like currently the only way to get a socket other than naturally dropping with a socket? Artificer Orbs, okay. But the... Yeah. But the one that can corrupt your items, that can possibly give you a third socket on armor, right? Like, that's the only way to get a third socket, but then you're gambling. Oh, okay, yep. Almost did it again. Why do they have bombs? I'm the only one who's allowed to have a bomb. Here, Grant. Wait. Oh, wait, superior means it has quality. Okay. I think. I need to double check. Ah, wait. These bugs are blue. I'm curious, Cosmic, are you like the kind of player for me, I'm the kind of person who, like, when I see a map like this, like, my brain requires me to, I'm just pressing buttons, requires me to fill in all the bits. Are you more of like a run and find the thing you need, or are you like, oh no, I'm gonna map clear as well? That's a checkpoint. We're gonna run down here real quick. Just getting a call. Spam risk though, so it can go away. Unless I've... Yeah, that's fair. Obviously, for the first time, I'm definitely like, I need to clear everything because I don't know what they could be hiding. Pull them to the bridge where their numbers don't matter. Back to town. But yeah, I could definitely understand, like, if you're running the campaign on your, like, 12th character and you're like, I don't care. I'm not clearing the whole map. I'm just trying to find A-B portal.
Young one.
I gotta get used to this flow. Okay. Budget 1, identify. Double check real quick. Level 5 warriors. This is giving me the increased spirit that I like, though. So I might rarefy that later. Oh, that's a grand mono. Okay, yeah, definitely put that in there. Thank you. Those ones seem. This has quality though, and this is just blue. Yeah, I think I'll do the thing to that. Do the thing that does it. Yep. You for this, and then we will. I'm uncertain. Okay, it already has a right. When you upgrade it, you get one thing for free, and then when you add you put the other item on there to get the other either suffix or prefix. Remove 15% of life recovered from mana when used. Gain a 15% or 0.0, not 15 charges per second. Okay, so this is like auto refilling. That's neat. And it has quality, which makes it... Where's the... Okay, well, we're just pinning you. Oh, pinning. Oh, and pairing. Maybe it has a bad prefix on it. Alright, but the quality gives it, I think, more recovery. Yeah, okay. Like more base recovery. Okay. The rest of this seems kind of like trash, so just double check. Yep. Eat, eat, eat. No, no yeet. Eat. Eat.
Stay in sight.
Bonk. Okay, that's fun. Casually sacrifice one of my guys to like get everyone pissed off and angry.
Our people have lived in the shadows of the dunes for too long. Countless generations have been forgotten, will be forgotten. We are not Faradin. We are Marraketh. And if we work together, if we unite, then they will be forced to acknowledge us. We must show them that casting us off is a mistake. We must show them our strength. Perhaps we can one day rebuild Keth itself. For all those who live in the plains of Vastiri.
I'm not so sure. I'm not quite certain how much freedom ringing is covering up what that guy talking, but hey, you know what? Sometimes love is painful, man. So now we got a new passive point. I really just want to get to an attribute node, but here we go. Wait, just to be clear, that's even more of my physical damage is becoming extra chaos damage. Spread the lurgy. Also, corruption's such a cool skill in this. Like, the fact that it spreads and then you can stack curses and it'll carry that curse with it. Now, sometimes getting everything on the same thing is a little difficult. There's a path that way too. Ah! Ah! More friends! It's not the good kind of specter. What? Scepter, not specter. Come on, brain. Now you're a zombie. Go forth, my minion army. Into the fray. Oink. What'd you end up playing, Cosmic? Like, did you stick with Mercenary, or did you go Sorcerer? I don't remember. Something tells me they don't see it that way. Agony face, yes. Always poisons temporal bubble.
Another corpse to serve.
I apparently am already full again. Turns out they were not lying.
What have you learned?
Nothing did the thing.
Hello. I will tell your tale.
I remembered this time! Checkpoint. Well, how many hordes of minions do you summon? I think the ranger does something similar. It's like in this analogy, yes. Yeah, I think ranger's the other like sort of minion-y based class because they can like get wolves or something. So because it's the latest and greatest thing, we got somebody easily addicted to things to play PoE2. And he was asking all kinds of questions, and he's like, what happens if I run out of scrolls? Like, I don't want to, should I identify things? I don't want to run out of them. And I totally understand the instinct, because if you're given an item, you're like, I don't want to get, you don't really want to use it unless you're like absolutely sure it's worth it. And identifying items is always like, I don't know if I should use this because I don't know if I'm gonna roll something good or not. But at roughly the same time he was asking questions, I had got the hidden one back, and I was like, oh, all that stress is for nothing, my friend. But I'm gonna let you stress anyway because it's amusing. Oop, bomber. That's... Okay, it does work. I have a skill that, like, supposedly periodically, like, applies withered. Okay. Applies withered. But I was kind of wondering if it was, like, working. That's why it's, like, stop shooting was running up next to the baddies. Monster level 17. I thought monster level was 20 here. So that's going further, and I think that loops around, so... That goes into the mines. Filling all that. Alright. Casual level 70. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Can we visit? Of course he's got a hideout. Dimby Cinders. Don't trust him with your kids, folks. There's approximately 4 people that understand that joke. I'm gonna,
This lot were left down here to die. Or worse.
Crispy. Alright. Let's not get too far going. Let's